What's going on, man?
How's it going, brother?
Going good. Just waking up, trying to get the coffee in me. I work night shift, so I just woke up.
I heard that.
All right.
I'm on
Hey,
about my fourth cup of coffee, I think.
all right. I just want to say thank you, first of all, for your time. I've been following you for probably a little over a year and some change over on YouTube. Uh, Found your strategies, and man, I don't know if you see my notifications every day, but every video you put out, I like it, I save it, and I just can't thank you enough for what you do for the craps community. And I was telling people in my TikTok earlier, y'all need to check out Waylon and give him a follow because he has made me a lot of money. And I mean a lot of money. And never asked a thing in return. Just an awesome brother in Christ and just an awesome person. So I want to see if we could help you out over here on the TikTok side and hopefully get some views on your content because I appreciate it so much, Waylon. And I think others can find some good out of it too. So I hope we can get something, even if it's one more follower. That's better than nothing.
Yeah, man, I appreciate it. Uh, anything I can do to help anybody, make an extra dollar. That's all my channel's about. I don't ask for no money and none of that kind of stuff. I just try to help my fellow brothers out a little bit, you know,
And
here and there.
that's what I like about you, Waylon. You ain't ever tried to sell me anything. You just helping people out. And like I said, I can't thank you enough because I certainly appreciate it, and I think others can find some good out of it too. But
Yeah, I hope so.
tell me, I know you said on your channel you've been playing craps for about 35 years or 40 years. How'd you get started into craps?
Oh yeah, my dad taught me. Uh, I started going and sneaking in the casinos when I was about 18. uh, but he taught me at a very young age, how to play the game and the basics of it, and showed me a little bit on how to bet, which betting, to him is why he teach me betting was the most important part of the game. Uh, if you can shoot too, that's good. That's just a plus. But if you know how to bet, That's how you learn how to win money.
Right,
Yeah. And so yeah, it started real early for me, and I just took it from there.
right.
Put the math with it, and I've always had a knack for seeing numbers and math and how stuff works.
Right.
So
That's one thing that I actually struggle with. I'm still not great with the math. At my local casino, which is 4 hours away, I don't get to the casino as much as I would like, but we have one of those roll to win tables, which you get to roll the dice, but it's electronic. So I don't have to worry about the math, and I still get to throw the dice. So I kind of like that table.
yeah,
So
yeah, we got one in Biloxi. Roll to win table. Got a plastic surface
yeah, yeah. You can't.
at Boomtown in Biloxi, and I really like that table. I've had some long, long rolls on that table. Me and my dad both, because the dice are kind of spin a little bit instead of bouncing all over the place. They
Right,
kind of stick to that table. So
right. Well, I'll tell you how I got into craps. Was going to a casino to play poker, and I was big into poker back in the early 2000s. When I got back from Iraq, we would play poker in the desert, to pass the time away while I was in the Marines. So when I get back stateside, I just played poker all the time. So I go to this little casino. They don't have a poker room. All they have is slot machines and a craps table and a couple of blackjack tables. So I learned a quick crap strategy, and what I learned was the don't pass is one of the best bets in the casino. So I would go over to the table. I was betting the men $10 table. I was men betting on the don't pass and yelling for a seven. I didn't know proper dice setting at the time. And I also read that the average shooter would shoot between 4 and 6 rolls before they would seven out. So I would wait for a shooter to get 4 to 6 rolls, and I would start yelling "any seven" and throwing on the any seven bet. And if I would lose it a couple times, I would just martingale it. And
Right.
I thought I found a gold mine betting the don't pass and the any seven. But
Yeah.
I didn't know anything about craps at that time. But I've always kind of been a dark side player. One of the things that I like the most with your strategy is the Arnold from the don't. That strategy's made me a ton of money, and all my casino trips are comp now because of my points. I would build up a couple of $100 to $300, $400, and I'd go piss it away through a slot machine so I could build up those casino credits, to get free
Yeah.
rooms and meals. So that's been one of the best strategies for me in my play style.
Yeah. I love the Arnold from the Dome.
Yeah,
Uh, I got a couple versions. I've got several different versions of the Arnold,
right.
but I love the one from the Don't, like the no chase version of it.
Yes, no chase, definitely.
It does really good 90% of the time.
I
I'm
bet.
only lost with it. I don't think I've lost with it, but a couple times out of several hundred times I've played it. But you gotta be smart,
Right.
and play it how you play it. Always know where your rack's at and stuff like that.
Right. Now, here's the thing. All right, I'm going to the casino this Friday, and it's a long ways away, like I said, and it's a big deal for me because I don't get to go that often. Um, when you walk into the casino, you got your bankroll, you walk up to the table. Now, I know one thing about you, Waylon. You got several books of strategies that you came up with yourself, you roll out, you're written down in your strategy book.
Yeah, I got a few of them here.
Yeah. Yes. Wow.
They they full of. I got about 10 more around there somewhere.
That- That's a gold mine sitting right there. Gold mine.
Yeah, I've collected them.
How do you determine which strategy you play that day? Do you go in with a set in mind? Do you see how the table's going? Tell me your thoughts on what strategy you should pick when you walk up to a table.
Well, the first thing I do is walk up there and walk up to the table. If there's several people there, I'll say how's it going. Man, it's terrible. This table's cold as ice. Okay, well, I got something for you then. You know what I mean?
Right.
But if he says, "Oh man, this guy's having a just had a back-to-back 40 rollers," well, I'm gonna bet with him. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Don't never beat a dead horse. Something ain't working. Swap it around.
Yes, sir.
But my favorite two strategies here lately, and that's how I do it, is just the Arnold. If it's hot, I do it from the pass line. If it's cold, kind of baccarat the line,
Right.
hot or cold. So
That's one thing I've been practicing on crapsies is the baccarat style.
that's a good one.
That's a good one. Yeah.
Sometimes that's all I play. If I'm just trying to build my bankroll up, I'll just play the line, baccarat the line.
Yeah.
See what's winning. The don't pass is winning. I'm on it. If the pass line's winning, I'm on it. Kind of like baccarat, player banker.
I used to first walk up to the table cold. If I would read the room, if the room was like nobody was yelling and jumping up and down, drinking chocolate milk, you could just tell they were cold. Uh, I would start
Yeah.
out with the Grim Reaper.
Oh yeah, Grim Reaper is sure enough a cold table strategy.
Right.
I like it a lot.
I've been having a lot of success with the Grim Reaper, the world's greatest crap strategy, obviously. The Arnold, and my newest favorite is the get paid, get laid.
I like that one too. I like the two hit version with that. Is it really does good.
Right. I'll start out with the one hit just to see how the table feels. If it's choppy, I'll stick with it. If the table starts to get on a heater, I'll take it up to a 2 or even 3 hit going all the way across. But I feel like that strategy you can adjust to the basically like Baccarat style. If the table's hot, bet across, then stack them up. till the seven comes. But if it's cold, get you one or two hits and lay them and bring the rest of them down. I've been having a ton of success with that one.
Yeah, I have too. What a lot of people don't understand with that strategy is, uh, I've had several people, well, you're not getting even money for your lay bets. Why don't you run them through the DC
Hmm.
instead? Well, that don't work like that.
Right.
As soon as I get a hit and stick it 100 in the DC I just won off of, here comes 11 or 7.
Exactly.
I
Exactly.
just lay it, then the 7 and 11 don't hurt me. You know
That's
what I
right.
mean? And yeah, I really like that strategy. That strategy will build you a bankroll quick.
Right. And that's kind of what I'm looking to do this weekend is I'm going to utilize some of your strategies. Obviously, I think I might start with the world's greatest strategy at first. That's sometimes what I tend to do is try to grind out a couple of hundred, anywhere from 2 to 300 with it, and then I'll run a round of the Arnold. You know, I try to keep my exact bankroll intact. If I'm taking 3 or 4 thousand, I try to keep it intact. Whatever I build up, I'll take that profit and I'll go piss it away through a slot machine, like I said, to build those casino comp points. That way, my next trip's free, and I
Right.
still got my bankroll intact. So, you got any tips or strategies you'd like to give on that? How would you build up a bankroll real quick, hit them and quit them, and go do something else?
Well, I'll tell you, another one of my favorite strategies is the Baccarat 4 and 10. Uh,
410.
Ken Knows Gambling just run a series on it. I think it won 20 straight live sessions before it lost.
So,
And
so
it's
you
kind
start
of just, if the table's cold, you lay them.
lay 'em.
If it's hot, you bet them.
Yeah.
So
You just
you might hit 3 or 4 sevens before you roll a 4 or 10.
right.
But then you might roll 3 or 4 4s and 10s.
Okay.
And if you on the right side of it every time, that's some gun, especially the buy side. 4 and 10s really pay off
Man,
big time when they hitting. But sometimes they don't hit. They don't show up for a while, and that's okay because I'm laying them.
that's one thing that your strategies really taught me as well, Waylon, is the game of craps revolves around the four, tens, and sevens. And I used to bet against that four. I used to bet against that 10 until I had somebody roll four of them in a row and take my whole bankroll with me betting against them. So
Yeah, that has happened to me a few times.
it happened to me last time I was in the Bahamas. A couple come over, they were just drinking wine, they were a little tipsy, and they were just having a good time. I'm betting on the don't pass and laying on the 10. I had my chips stacked up, and they took them all away in four rolls. Hit
Yeah,
the 10.
especially a random roller. Somebody random rolling the dice, they'll roll more 4 and 10s than anybody. I don't care. If you think you the best dice setter in the world, you can't roll no more 4 and 10s than random Randy. He can roll 'em. He can roll the sevens and he can roll 4 and 10s.
That's right. That's right. But
I
that's
sat here on my table and rolled them thousands of times, and when I get done, the 4 and 10 is usually a few rolls ahead of the seven. But they roll 6 ways each, the 4 and 10 and the seven. So they're usually neck and neck, but the 4 and 10 usually outrolls the seven.
that's one
Random roll.
that's one thing you definitely taught me, and I tend to listen to your advice because you ain't let me down yet. You ain't let me down yet, Waylon. So
Hey, I would never tell nobody nothing I didn't think, that I thought would hurt them. That's for sure.
right.
What I preach is from experience. Uh,
Yeah.
been playing about 37 years, and there's a lot of stuff I see and know that a lot of people don't know about the game, and because they hadn't played played long enough yet, or they don't pay attention.
Right.
But I've always paid attention to what's going on, even when I'm playing, in the casino. Uh, I pay attention to them fours and tens and sevens. I know how many sevens has been rolled in my head. Sometimes I'll keep up with it with my dollar chips. There's 4 sevens been rolled, no 4 and 10.
Start betting them.
I'll put $100 on them quick.
Yes, sir.
Because they're gonna catch up.
Yes, sir.
They're gonna catch up sooner or later.
Yeah, that's one thing that I've really done. If I saw a bunch of fours and tens, I heard you talk about if back in the old days, the old timers, if 4 or 10 rolled, they turned their bets off. And I actually did that last time I was at a Cherokee, North Carolina casino. Guy rolled a 4. I said, turn mine off. 7 next roll. I was like, man, ain't that something?
That 7 follows them fours and tens.
Yeah.
That 4 and 10 follow that 7 too.
Wow.
That's why what made me start betting, come up with the world's greatest strategy is because the 4 and 10s are rolled on the come out just as much as the 7s are.
Right.
And a lot of times, in a lot of situations, that's the only time you'll see it. Come out 4 or 10, and then you're going to 7 out.
Mm-hmm.
So if I'm playing that on the don't pass, I win in both situations.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, it took me a long time to learn this game the right way. I feel like I got a pretty decent handle on it. And like I said, that's mainly thanks to you because I'll never miss one of your videos. As soon as the video comes out, that's the first thing I do when I wake up is watching. But is there any advice you'd give to a new craps player who maybe knows the basic rules or new to the game?
Yeah, the best advice I could give anybody is don't ever take no money to the casino you can't afford to lose. If you can't afford to lose it, don't take it. And when you get there, if you do win a little money, be satisfied and walk away.
That's my new favorite saying, be satisfied.
The longer you stay there, the better chance they got of getting your money. But always have, practice your strategies and take you a couple down there and one or two down there, play one, have one in your back pocket. But practice them first. If they win at home, they got a good winning percentage, they'll win down there too. So, and you got to stick with it. Stick with it. Don't stray away from it. But don't beat a dead horse either.
Right.
Don't just keep losing. Swap it up. But if you get ahead, be satisfied, whether it's $100 or $500.
Absolutely.
Walk away.
That's the one thing I struggle with because I love the game so much. But working on that discipline and being satisfied.
Yeah. Last time we went, me and my ex-girlfriend went down there, played bubble craps, and every time we got up $50, we'd cash the ticket out.
Yeah.
Start over.
Yeah.
Cash the ticket out. Sometimes I'd cash it out 25, walk off, come back in a minute.
What's
We won 21 straight times.
Heck yeah.
From $25 to $100,
Yeah. What's your thoughts on bubble craps? Are you a fan or
Oh yeah, I like them.
you like them?
Yeah, they just random rolling. But I like probably one of my newest favorites is the one where everybody's betting on one single dice, big bubble craps, like it's called stadium craps, I guess.
Right.
Some people claim that the single machines are rigged, because you're the only one betting on them, and they could possibly rig those if they wanted to, but I don't think it is.
No.
But just to satisfy my mind, I started playing those stadium craps a little bit. You got 15, 20 people playing with you. they all betting different, so that's kind of hard to rig that.
Yeah, they don't know who to pick off.
That's right.
Right. I did just see a video that Dragon Bubble Craps posted. You saw he had one of the people talking about bubble craps and how the dice are random, but you can actually control how high or how low the dice bounce with the button press.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if you saw that on Jimbo's video he put out.
Oh yeah. I've noticed that how how that works. In the casino too.
Yeah, I'm still new to the bubble craps. My local casino doesn't have them. Last time I played a single bubble craps was at the Beau Rivage, and that's been a couple of years ago.
Yeah. Uh, I won like 18 times. Me and my dad, we won like 18 straight times at the Beau Rivage when they first come out with bubble crab. The 19th time we came back, they took them summer guns. They wasn't even in the casino.
Wow.
Took them out and moved them, and didn't have them back up for a long time. Now they got that stadium bubble craps and a couple of little single machines. But
Yeah.
I think me and him might have had something to do with that because we took them for a lick for about almost a month, about 3 weeks, a month.
You know what, Waylon? I want to share something special with you. My dad passed away last April, and what we didn't have a great relationship our entire life. But as I got older, we got bonded back together again, basically through gambling. I was a poker player, he was a poker player, so we'd get together, talk about poker, play poker. We'd go to tournaments together, and basically that's what renewed our relationship. And we would go to Biloxi. That was his favorite thing to do. We'd go to Biloxi. Uh, he loved to stay at the Scarlet Pearl. I loved to go to the Beau Rivage and the Hard Rock. So, we'd go there, and last last Easter, he had to have open heart surgery, and I went to visit him in the hospital. And one of the last things one of the last things I told him, I just got back from a trip a few days before where I played the Arnold from the Don't and crushed it. Just made a pile of money at the casino. Played 4 days straight. Came back with more money than what I left with. Had all my comps and everything built up, and I was so excited. Before I left, I tapped my dad on the leg and I said, "Daddy, you got to get better. I got a new strategy to show you. It's amazing. We got to go to the casino so I can show you the strategy." But it was the Arnold from the Dome, and that's the last thing I said to my dad in person. Was excited about one of your strategies that I wanted to show him, and that was the last time I saw him.
Well, I'm
Uh,
glad y'all got to spend some quality time together, before he passed away.
that's
I
what
hate
it's all about, man.
to
But
hear that.
that memory is so special to me that it's just something I always remember. And every time I'm at a table now, that's something I think about is that time that we bonded together.
Yeah. Me and my daddy play all the time. We play almost every day on the table here.
I tell
Practice
you,
practice our shooting and stuff. And I
he's
tell you,
one
we
old
made some great memories together. He's 86 years old
and a shooter. A
and
shooter.
loves
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, I get
Man,
excited when I see him shooting because I know it's going to be a good video.
he bets a little different than me, and he plays with a bigger bankroll than me too.
Right.
And I'll tell you one thing about him: he believes in what he's gonna roll, and he will bet a lot of money on it.
Yeah.
He ain't scared. He ain't scared. I've seen him win 20, 30,000, $40,000 a few times,
Wow.
but
Yeah,
he believes in his shooting ability. That's for sure, and it's kind of unique the way he throws them. I can't shoot as good as him. But,
yeah, yeah. I've tried. I always do a dice set that I think rolls of 4 and 10 when I bet on the DC and my Arnold. So my first roll, I try to not roll a seven. You know, seven's gonna come, but I got a don't. I got 25 on the don't. I do my best not to roll a seven. When I have that 100 DC bet place, I do a die set that I feel like rolls more 4 and 10s, and then after that, I pick up the dice, shake them, and just make it as random as I can. I'm trying to make the seven show up.
Random Randy then.
Right. Once I got my DC set and I got my comeback placed, I wanted the biggest chance in the world of a seven coming up.
That's right.
But
Well, truth is, all the DIs and stuff like that. At the end of the day, which I set my dice, you know, I've been a shooter all my life. I'm gonna try to hit whatever I'm trying to hit, but at the end of the day, and I don't care what nobody says. At the end of the day, it's all random.
I think so.
You set the dice on whatever you want to set them on. Uh, they always one turn off from a 7 or a 4 or 10.
That was always coming.
No matter whatever they land on, I'll show you right now.
Right.
They always one set away from a 7 or a 4,
Yep.
7 or a 10. No matter what they land on, there's a 7. One turn away from a 4 or 10. 4, 10, or 7. Name of the game.
Revolves around fours, tens, and sevens.
Dice. If you throw the dice and they land on anything but a 4, 10, or 7, you're just lucky.
Right.
Even if they land on it don't matter what they land on. They land, you roll them, they land on that 4, 2, 6.
Right.
That's one turn away from a 7.
Right.
Just luck. All it is.
Did you see the robot that college professor built to throw dice?
Yeah.
And he couldn't get it to go above an average shooter.
No, it ain't. You can't.
Yeah.
There ain't no way. Them diamonds right there,
Oh yeah.
that made that impossible. I don't care if you throw them perfect. You throw them some guns perfect down here, and they land perfect. When they hit them diamonds, they going every which way.
Right.
That did away with the. Now, if it wasn't diamonds wasn't back there, and it was just some soft pad or something,
Right.
yeah. But them diamonds on that back wall done away with that DI. That's why they don't care if you do it.
Right. That's what I always said. If you could influence it, the casino wouldn't let you do it. Yeah.
I've seen people down there setting the dice all the way around the table, 0.7 out, 0.7 out, 0.7 out. And they come to a random roller and you have a 40 roller.
Guess who's the hottest shooter in the casino? Me. And I bet the dark side. And I've held the dice for 45 minutes before just trying to win my men don't pass bet. You know, it's ridiculous. Like if I knew how to play the numbers and power press, I'd be rich.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'll happen. Now DI works good on hitting certain numbers. I can set them on certain sets and hit certain numbers like the 4, 5, 9, and 10 and horn outside numbers and stuff like that. I got some good die sets for that to hit certain numbers, but yeah, it can't none of them avoid the 7. I don't care what you say.
For your outside numbers, is it the 6-5?
5, 6, 3, 5.
5, 6, 3, 5. So 5, 6 on top, 3, 5 facing you, right?
No, it'll be let me show you. It'll be like that. If you can see them.
Yep.
5,
5.
5, 6, 3, 5.
Okay, I got you. And you don't swap them around. It's just like that. 3, 5.
It'll be a 5, 3 on the top and a 6, 5 will be facing you. Yeah.
All right.
That's one of my favorite ones. And
That's for your outside numbers, right?
yeah.
So if I'm throwing get paid, get laid, and betting on the outside, use that dice set.
Yeah. That's a good die set for a Crapless table too.
Right.
It throws a lot of horn numbers out, extreme outsides, 12s and 2s and yos and
Now, I'm new to the Crapless. I played Crapless for the first time a year ago. I was intimidated by it because, with me not being familiar with it, I wasn't sure if there was anything that I needed to know. So, obviously, I watched your World's Greatest Crapless Strategy. And basically, I just bet the extremes and the outside. And if I hit one of them, my hand was paid for. So,
yeah,
I was just waiting for a roll then.
yeah.
You got any other advice on crapless?
Uh, the thing I like about crapless versus a regular table, those horn numbers ain't one roll bets.
Right,
So, so you're not losing every time you don't roll a horn number. It's a box bet.
right.
So it stays up until the seven comes. So if you hit one of them, like you said, and you got a decent amount of money on it, it's a bricks in one roll or regress where you can't lose any money on the hand.
Mhm.
Uh, that's my favorite way to play on a crapless table with that dice set. Uh, me and uh, me and my buddy Derek, I call him Blackburn on YouTube.
Okay.
He's from Florida. Me and him play a lot. We went down there. It's been a few months ago, and we was on the crapless table, and he said, "What's a good dice set?" And I give him that dice set, and I said, "Use this dice set." I said, "I'm gonna bet pretty big on you." So I put $100 on the 3, the 11, the 4 and the 10, and the 12. I had all the outside extremes.
Yeah.
And I told the dealer, I said, my bets are on, they working. Old Blackburn looked at me and said, you gonna work them on to come out? I said, you dang right. He came out and rolled a snake eyes right off the bat. I was up $600. I said, take me down to 100 on the outsides. And he had a pretty good roll. And after he got done, I was up over $1,000. I said, I'm done. He
What
said, you quitting? I said, you better believe it. I'm $1,000 richer than I was when I started. I'm
That's
done.
the attractive thing that I noticed about Crapless is every time I go over there, somebody has a story how they won 19, 28, or $30,000 in one roll. They're just power pressing on the Crapless, got on a heater, and one of those 30, 40 rollers. They made one lady told me she made so much money they had to bring more chips to the table because she had all the chips in her racks.
Yeah. If you go on a long roll throwing a bunch of crap numbers, and I've seen that too before.
Right.
I've seen people roll uh, crap number after crap number after crap number after crap number and seven out, not even hit a box number.
Right.
So that's one good thing about a crapless table. If you betting those, they're not one roll bets. They're buy bets. So and they pay pretty good.
Oh yeah, 6 to 1.
Six 6 to 1 on the 2 and the 12. So
6 to 1, 3 to 1. Is that the ratio for the Shaka and the Yo 11? Is it 3 to 1?
yeah.
Okay.
Uh,
Like I said,
and some people don't charge you up front buy on them.
you just
Uh,
pay when you
and that's good. If you don't have to buy them up front, you pay the vig on a win. So
right.
I ain't never been a fan of paying big up front on a buy bet on none of them. So in Biloxi, most of the casinos that play at, they all automatic buy bets on the 4, 5, 9, and the 10. And you only pay a vig if you win on them. So
Unfortunately, the place I play, you got to pay the vig up front on your
yeah,
4 and 10s.
that's a ripoff from the word go.
Yes, sir.
That
I,
ain't nothing but a ripoff. Like they don't make enough money.
yeah, right. I
That's
see.
like capping the 6 and 8. That's all a hidden vig. That's all it is. Because a lot of people, and they know this.
Hmm.
a lot of people know a lot of people play the don't pass 6 and 8, right?
Right.
So if you got $30 on that 6 and 8, you're gonna have to put 60 on that don't pass to cover it.
Right.
You know what I mean? And you come out and hit that don't, where you would just have 100 on it, where you would just have 50 on it, you got 60. You're losing 10 extra bucks. Then when you 7 out, you don't never get that cap money back when you win the 6 and 8. 6 and 8, they roll more, but I can't stand betting them some guns. They don't pay nothing.
Hey, I was having this argument because I heard you say it. I had the argument with them about the cap money and also the odds. You know,
Yeah.
the casino ain't never gonna let you do something in your favor. Them odds bets are in their favor. I don't care what anybody says.
Right. That's why they make you cap that 6 and 8.
Right.
They know when that 7 comes, you ain't getting that money back because most people bet on both together, you know.
Right.
So if you got 30 on the 6 and 8, you lose 70 bucks. 60 bucks.
So,
You know what I mean?
yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
$10 extra they made you lose by capping them.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
But that's why I like, and it ain't that hard. It ain't that it's hard to figure, you know. 25 pays 29. If you wanted to bet a $25, it pays 29. 50 pays 58. It pays what it pays. So it's no such thing as proper bets. That's just something the casino come up with. That's a hidden big for the 6 and 8. That's why I like a roll to win table,
Yes, sir.
you know, or bubble craps or whatever. You can bet whatever you want to on them. They pay you to the penny.
Yes, sir.
But
Have you seen these new bubble crap machines? You got to buy the commission up front.
no.
Yeah, oh yeah. A lot of the influencers I watch on YouTube, a lot of it's some bubble crap content. And now the new machines, when you try to bet the extremes and the outsides, or any buy bets, they buy everything and place the 6 and 8. But all those, you got to buy the commission up front now.
Ain't that a rip off?
Yeah. So you talking about buying? It's like okay, so it's like how much did he say it was? I forget the exact total, but you're down, extra money before the dice are even rolled.
Yeah, right. Yeah, they getting their money before you even start gambling.
That's what I told him. I said, guys, you need to let those machines rust and rot to the ground. You need to
Yeah,
speak with your dollar. If you stop playing it, they'll stop doing it.
yeah, they'll take them out of there. You
Right,
ain't making no money off of them.
right,
I can tell you one thing: I wouldn't play it.
right.
Ain't no way. I might try to play it, but if it did that to me, I'd cash my ticket out quick.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And it slows down the game because you buy the say the two, a little screen pops up says this will be whatever 5% commission, yes or no. So you got to say yes. Then you bet on the shocker. Do you want to pay the commission, yes or no? And it just you do that for 8 numbers across. It just slows down the game too. Hey,
Oh yeah,
Ken,
no doubt.
doing
That's the whole reason people play bubble craps. Really, to get more rolls in. You
right.
test out your system, and you can get in there and get out with a win a lot quicker. You ain't got to sit there, 15 minutes in between rolls sometimes, like the table. I've been on a packed table before, and it taken some of guns 10 minutes or more between rolls.
Exactly.
And they do that on purpose because they want you to sit there and think about it and think about it and get aggravated and say, well, let me put some money on this and that.
Right.
Get you off your game. Yeah, I can't. I ain't never liked playing on a packed table.
Yeah, I love a cold table and I love to play by myself.
Yeah. I go stay at the Hard Rock. I'll get up at 4 o'clock in the morning and go down there. Ain't nobody on the table but me.
I love it.
I'll play the Arnold from the don't, just random roll them and hit them for $700-800 and be gone. Yeah.
Well, I know we've been going a while here, Waylon. I don't know how much time you have available. Is there anything you want to share with us? Do you need to wrap it up, or?
Yeah, I need to go here in a minute. I got a few errands and things I need to run today, but oh man, it was a pleasure. I appreciate you having me on and stuff.
Right.
And,
Again, guys, if you're not following Waylon's Way Crafts, check him out. He's on TikTok and YouTube now. Check him out, give him a follow. One of the best people you ever meet. I feel like I've known Waylon for a while. He almost feels like family. He feels like one of my uncles. I think that's why I connect with you so much, Waylon. Just a good, honest person. Teaches people the game of craps and gambling, and doesn't ask for anything in return. Just tries to help somebody make a dollar. He's made me a ton of money, and I just really appreciate your time. And I
yeah,
know,
we need to get together and play sometime.
yes, sir. If I make it down
Yeah,
to Biloxi way, I will definitely holler at you.
yeah, I'd love to meet you and play with you.
I would love that too. And one thing about me, Waylon, I'm not superstitious. I'm a little stitious. And I have this superstition that when I watch one of your videos, I have to watch it until the very end so I can hear you close it out. Because I love the way you close things. So I always close out my videos in a certain way too. And we even got a mug made about it. It says, go out and do something positive for someone today. You never know how it may change their day. You never know how it may change their life. So I'd love to hear you close us out here.
Amen, brother. Uh, yeah, I hope we get to play one day together. And like you said, I just try to make anybody an extra dollar or two, and if I can, that makes my day. It really does.
Yes, sir.
Uh,
Yes, sir.
anyway, until next time, guys. I love each and every one of you. Christ is King. Roll Tide.
I appreciate you, brother. Thank you.
Love you, brother.
Thank you.